Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I don't give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Sports World Radio. Jeff Ascow in the house, alongside me, Sean Mann. Like always, we'll get to him in just a minute. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to the show if you're hanging out over there and you want to get involved in our chat room. Head on over to Spreaker, S-P-R-E-A-K-E-R. That's S-P-R-E-A-K-E-R.com. Get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. Come on over. Click the little bubble that's right there, but click the heart first to like the show. Then click the bubble, open up the chat room, and start chatting away and ask us a question. If you want to go do that, you want to ask us a question, 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715. Head on over to Facebook. Like us over there at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. And while you're doing that, you might as well head on over to Twitter and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. There's no O in world over there on Twitter. It's it's Sports World Radio without the O in world on Twitter. With all that being said, now it's time to bring our co-host in. What do you say? Hey, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
We are family. I'm doing good, Jeff.
We are family. Hey, listen, you take that "we are family" and shove it right up your petunias. Okay.
Welcome to Sports World Radio on the 1st of October, 2014, Wednesday, 6:07 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:07 p.m. on the West. Weather right now, it's very cold and cloudy and kind of overcast. A little bit damp, too, because it's been a cold week.
A little dampage? You have a little dampness? A little dampness?
Yeah. Well, it's the feel of fall there, Jeff, with all the leaves changing and how cold it gets, and it gets to be the busiest time of year. What do you expect?
It gets cold. Yeah, I just turned the freaking air conditioner off. Shows you what's going on down here in sunny San Diego. Beautiful. It's like 85 degrees, man. It's gorgeous out here. It's hot. It's beautiful.
Shout out to Shocker. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Dr. Myth, and, of course, Josh. I had a great time visiting with him on Skype as we were just talking about the game and just having some fun with Facebook and stuff.
Last night, I know we're opening up with it, and I'm starting, and I don't care what you say.
I was going to start with it anyway.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm starting with it before you are, so nanny poo-poo.
Big deal. Go ahead and do it.
Last night's game was freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? That game was freaking great. Come on, man.
First segment, yes, as we get to last night, the Kansas City Royals hosted a playoff game for the first time since Game 7 of the 1985 World Series, and they finally got what the fans wanted, a playoff win. Now they move on, and now they are in the playoffs.
They are in.
That was a play-in game, folks.
They are in the playoffs. That game everybody was expecting to see like a 2-1, maybe 3-2 game. 9-8. And I'm telling you something. Every single time the A's scored, Kansas City came right back. You could not get rid of Kansas City for nothing last night.
Well, let's first start with the Oakland Athletics to begin with. Brandon Moss was, of course, the big offensive contributor for the Oakland Athletics. He had 2 home runs, and when he had a 3-run shot to put them up, his second home run, that quickly quieted the crowd. The Royals fans were so out of it. And Royal fans, and they were already talking about the Royals for next year. But I thought to myself, this game is still not over. A lot of things can happen. So don't be talking too much smack about next year until this game gets officially over with.
Yeah, what's his name, Moss?
Brandon Moss. Yeah,
Brandon
2 home
Moss.
runs last night.
5 RBIs last night that guy had. 5 freaking RBIs Moss had last night. Are you kidding me? Unfreaking believable.
I have a buddy of mine that I grew up with and went to school with, and he's a diehard Oakland Athletics fan. He was telling me on Facebook Messenger, he said, Bob Melvin does not deserve to be fired. He goes, the A's just flat out choked and blew the game away, as it just continues to be more misery for the Oakland Athletics, as they just have always had like a jinx, he calls it. And I have to agree with him, because throughout their history, they've had games where they've been up 2-0, or even when they've had series tied 2-2 or up 2-1, with a chance to close it out, and then the A's just blow it. Remember, the deepest time that the A's got farther in the playoffs was the 2006 ALCS, and of course they got swept by Detroit, and of course they've had misery against the Tigers. This just adds to it if you're an Oakland A's fan. It's got to be devastating.
I was watching that game last night. I was talking to you on Facebook.
Yep.
Right? And that, right? A Facebook Messenger last night. And that guy, Brandon Finnegan, okay? Brandon Finnegan, he looks a hell of a like he looks so much like what's his name? Mitchell? Is that his name?
I think so.
The old Philadelphia Phillies lefty pitcher used to fall off to the right side after he pitched all the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
He reminded me of him. Man, that guy was freaking awesome last night. Wow. They used almost every freaking player on the bench last night too.
To keep their season alive, yeah. And, I tell you, then you go to the other side and you give the Royals. I give them so much props, and Ned Yost a lot of props. This is going to be a great series against the Angels. But before we get to that, outstanding that they just stayed together, Jeff, and they pulled it out. It looked real ugly at first, because here they were 5 outs away from losing 7-3. And then, of course, they were 2 outs away in the bottom of the 12th from losing, but they never gave up. Eric Hosmer hit a ball that I thought had the distance just to get out of there, and I said, holy expletive to you when I were on Facebook Messenger. It was a triple, and then that high chopper, the ball was hit so high for an infield single that tied the game up. And I tell you, the Royals, that place, now you asked me, Jeff, last night, which was the loudest?
Right.
I'm going to say Kauffman Stadium was louder than Arrowhead Stadium. That place was full and electrified last night. And did you see George Brett, everybody? Wow, was his reaction amazing.
And you know what? I happen to disagree with you about one thing.
Yeah.
Ned Yost, he made one mistake last night, and he got away with it.
Yes, and that's the I know where you're going at with, Jeff, because I watched MLB,
he brought in Ventura. And he shouldn't have never brought in Ventura. Should have never brought him in. He should have brought in, who he brought in after he brought in Ventura. Should have never brought in Ventura.
And I think and I can agree with you. And James Shields was off last night.
Now, come on. He wasn't off by that much.
Not by that much, but back-to-back walks was a bad sign. And then Ned Yost decided to make that move. And then Brandon Moss hit one into deep center field. And then everybody still questioned it. At least he got a pass, because if the Royals would have lost that game last night, Ned Yost would have probably said, you know what, that was the biggest mistake in my life. I should have just stuck with James Shields.
And even in the press conference afterwards, he gave the reasoning why he brought in Ventura. It had nothing to do with James Shields. James Shields had nothing left. He was done. He had to be taken out. He said he didn't want to go, but he had to be taken out. He shouldn't have brought in Ventura.
That was a mistake.
No, Ned Yost did the right move by taking Shields out, but did the wrong move by bringing Ventura in. That was the mistake right there.
I tell you, it was like what they said. One of the Royals players said, hey, Browning, that it was one of the most craziest games ever played. And I would agree with that. The American League home team has not been very successful the last couple of years. Of course, we all know the Pirates did their part last year to beat the Reds, but we'll see how they look. Now the Royals go up against a big challenge, and I do mean a big challenge, and that's the Angels. And in the season series, 3-3 the tie between the Royals and the Angels. This should be a really good 5-game series, I think.
What does it go? 2-2-1, right?
Yep.
2 in California, 2 in Kansas City, and if it goes a 5th game, it goes back to California, correct?
That's right.
Oh, I like to see. I like Sosha as a manager, but I'm rooting for the Angels. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm rooting for the Royals. I'm sorry. I have to root for the Royals.
Jeff, it's a good point. All day I've been kind of sitting and predicting who I should pick because, both teams are managed well. Scioscia's had great playoff experience. He's done a great job. Ned Yost, this is his first time ever managing postseason baseball in the big leagues. It's such a toss-up and a tough choice, but you know what? I'm going to actually go with you, Jeff. I'm going to say that this is a 5-game series, and I say that the Royals have a very good chance to upset the Angels. I'm going with the Royals in 5 games.
Yeah, I like to see, you know what? I'm going to go the Royals in 4. I think because they only have to win 3 games. So I think they win a game in California, and they take the 2 in Kansas City and series over.
So I'm just getting this down on our my document for the picks for our
bracket.
bracket.
You get it down
so Jeff,
there,
you're
young
saying
fella.
Royals in 4 games.
You get it down there, young fella.
I am. Before we get to actually I can type this out since we're going to first commercial break.
You get it down there, young fella. We're going to run to a quick first break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Shawn Man on
Sports World Radio.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Shawn Man, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet. I guarantee it. Every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure it out for yourself.
Damn Skippy. All right, Shawn, where are we going next, buddy?
Okay, the next topic that we have to get to, we move to the NFL. Jerry Jones coming out. He says, here's what Skip Bayless came out. He said, please, Jerry Jones, don't heap undue pressure on your coming together team by making even remote comparisons to Cowboys who won 3 Super Bowls.
Wow. You mean Skip Bayless actually said something that was smart?
He actually said something that was smart and accurate.
Wow. I can't get on Skip Bayless for saying that, can I?
maybe he's listening and maybe he's understanding that his comments are not right.
Hey, Andrew. Andrew types in the chat room, Sean, I got a surprise pick for the Bengals and Patriots. It ain't such a surprise. We're all taking Cincinnati, dude.
Oh yeah, you just want to see what happened on Monday night. I get tagged and everybody starts roasting me big time.
Andrew, it's not such a surprise. I'm taking Cincinnati. I can almost guarantee you Josh is taking Cincinnati, and I can almost guarantee you that Frank is taking Cincinnati. The only person who's not going to take Cincinnati, who's going to take New England, is Sean. Right? Am I right, Sean?
That's right, and the Pats will do their part and win.
No, they won't. Tom Brady's going to lose 2 games in a row for the first time since 2012. Nah, poo-poo. You better get used to losing, bro, because it's coming down the pike. They don't have an offensive line. You got problems. You got serious problems. When they start 2 rookies on the offensive line, you got serious problems, my friend.
Going back to I'll get back to the Patriots. Going back to the Dallas Cowboys, they move up to number 10 in the power rankings. On ESPN today, everybody's been saying the Cowboys are rolling. The Cowboys are rolling. Can they keep this up, and can they keep it going?
No, they can't. And no, they won't. It's okay. For the first quarter of the season, we're in week 4, right? For the first quarter of the season, they're 3-1. First quarter of the season's over, right?
Right.
We're moving into the second quarter of the season, correct?
Correct.
Who do they play this week?
The Cowboys will be playing at home against the Houston Texans on Sunday.
That's the fight for Texas, right?
Fight for Texas, you got it.
And you know who I'm picking in that game, don't you?
Very simple, Jeff. I know exactly who you'll be picking, and we'll even be talking about it on NFL Real Talk on Saturday.
Fitzpatrick is the quarterback for Houston, right?
Right.
I would really like to see Fitzpatrick have a better game than Tony Romo so I can laugh.
The Cowboys, they're up to number 10. In week 5, the power rankings.
Okay, who's number 9?
Spots.
Who's number 9?
Number 9 is the San Francisco 49ers.
Really? Who's number 8?
Let's see. Number 8 doesn't really say. Number 6 is the Lions. Doesn't have anything on 5. Number 4 is the Eagles. And number 1 is they are the 6th best NFC team behind the Seahawks. Number 1, Arizona Cardinals. So it's kind of like the Seahawks and Cardinals are kind of like right up there.
Arizona Cardinals?
Hey, undefeated. And the Cardinals have a big game coming up against the Denver Broncos on Sunday.
Are they the only undefeated team?
Yeah.
They're the Cardinals are the only undefeated team in the NFL right now?
I think so.
Josh, find that out for me. Make sure that's right. Please.
Yeah, make sure it's accurate.
Please, Josh. If the Cardinals are the only undefeated team that's crazy.
Actually, looking it up, there's 2 undefeated teams right now. I found it. The Cincinnati Bengals are 3-0,
and the Cardinals.
Yes, the Arizona Cardinals are 3-0.
So the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be 4-0 by the end of the week because they're going to beat freaking New England. And the Cardinals, who do they play?
Cardinals will play the Denver Broncos in Denver, Colorado.
Cardinals, you know what? Realistically, by the end of the weekend, there could be no undefeated teams left in the season. Right? Realistically, correct?
Correct.
Because if you think about it, you're praying that New England beats Cincinnati, right? And if they do, there goes another undefeated team. And if Denver beats Arizona, which they should, correct?
Correct.
Then there goes the other undefeated team. Now, how crazy is it? Where's that game, in Arizona or in Denver?
The game between Arizona and Denver will be in Denver, Colorado.
I don't think Arizona's got it. It
may be a close game, but the Cardinals are going to have to play a really good game and try to do whatever they can to keep Peyton Manning off the football field. Try to keep him off and not have him chew up clock.
Well, isn't Carson Palmer still out?
I am not sure. Josh, you want to find that out?
If I remember correctly, Carson Palmer is still out for the Cardinals. So they're going with their backup quarterback again. which is not so bad because he's winning. Correct?
Yep.
Not so bad, he's winning. Right?
Mm-hmm. In other news for the Dallas Cowboys today, going back to it, Jason Garrett said in a press conference, you know what? I praise the fans. Calls for more noise. In Irving, Texas, when Jason Garrett approached the podium Monday afternoon, he apologized for his scratchy voice. After answering 29 questions in about 20 minutes about what happened in the win against the New Orleans Saints and what might happen down the road, the Dallas Cowboys coach offered up a reason why his voice might have not been in the best of shape. He goes, quote, I thought our fans were great Sunday night too, Garrett unprompted. He goes, in that kind of game against a team that is so close to us, a team that travels well, I think as a football team, hopefully we did a lot of things that made our fans stay involved in a game in a positive way. So the talk continues to be big about the Dallas Cowboys getting off to a 3-1 start, but it's still interesting. They got the Texans coming up. The Giants are right on that schedule for October 19th, and that's what everybody will be asking. Can they keep the pressure on, and can they keep cruising and have a chance to maybe win the NFC East in a very long time?
Screw the Cowboys. You like that?
You're sick of them already.
They got a tough part of their schedule coming, don't they?
Yeah.
Right? They play Houston this week, correct?
Correct.
Who do they play next week?
They play Houston.
Then they play either the Giants or the Philadelphia or the Redskins, one of those, right?
Right.
Because if I remember correctly, they play Washington and Giants back-to-back, right?
I believe so.
Which is coming very close. It's coming pretty soon, isn't it? I'm not looking at the Dallas schedule right now.
I'll take a look right now for you. Okay, they got Houston at home this weekend.
Right.
And then at the Seattle Seahawks October 12th.
Okay, go ahead. And who they got after that?
They're at home against the New York Giants October 19th.
Okay, so you got Houston, Seattle, and the Giants. Back to back to back. That's three tough games right there, correct?
Correct.
Who do they got after the Giants?
At the Redskins.
Yes.
That's October 27th. That's a Monday night football game. And then they will host the Arizona Cardinals November 2nd.
Okay, so the only break you really got are the Redskins, right?
And a team that you don't pick very often, but then at the Jaguars for their bye.
Right. So they're not Houston, right? Houston, Seattle, the Giants, Washington, correct?
Correct.
They could very well go 1-3. Very well go 1-3, right?
And then all of a sudden, then everybody will be asking on ESPN and Skip Bayless, and of course the NFL Network will be saying, "Well, what's going on with the Cowboys? How come they're not winning football games?" And Jeff will have an answer for that.
After his next 4 games, they are going to be sitting at 4-4.
And Jerry Jones will not like that at all.
No, that's what's going to happen. They're all blah 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 right now. After these next 4 games, watch what's going to happen. They'll be sitting at 4-4 at 800, right where they should be sitting.
And somebody's popped in. It's Wes. Hey, I'm fired up. Let's go Pirates.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fired up. How come you're not at the game, you cheap son of a bitch?
Well, he was coming up. He says, "What up, Jeff, Sean, and gang?" He goes, "Did I miss the guy at the Berg? The guy that you were telling me about too, Jeff."
No,
was,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he calls in. He calls in. I'm hoping he does. I don't know.
But Wes has been fired up all day. He's been waiting all day for this as the Pirates will take on the Giants. Wow.
Oh, I can't wait. You know what? I do not hope. I do not want to see a repeat of last night's game. Giants, just get this game over, done with really quick. In the first inning, score 5 runs. In the second inning, score 3 runs. Take the crowd right out of it. Make it 8-0 really quick for me, please.
But Wes even says that he will show up even for Thursday's show tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we're starting the show off. Instead of, "Hey, everybody, welcome to Sports World Radio," I'm starting the show off tomorrow. "Hey, everybody, there's no cheer in the Berg today." That's how I'm starting the show off tomorrow. I'm just letting you know, Wes, right now in advance.
And Wes says this, it's a blackout. That was awesome. You have to love playing.
The game's blacked out? The game's blacked out?
Yeah.
The game is blacked out in Pittsburgh? You can't see it? It's a blackout.
He goes, look, we are family song.
Yeah, I got your family. Yeah. You know what? You and your family and the Pittsburgh family are going to be watching the last game of the year for them tonight. So enjoy it.
And if not, then you know what's going to happen. The Pirates win. Wes comes up and he says, hey, Jeff, give me some Pirates love.
I'm not giving you no Pirates love because you're not getting to the World Series. You're not winning it. There's no way that's happening. Hey, Sean, did I say something at the beginning of baseball season about the Pittsburgh Pirates? Did I make a bet with myself?
I think didn't you say that Pirates? I think you said the Pirates win the World Series. There'll be no more Sports World Radio.
I think I did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So you got that to look forward to, Wes.
Second commercial break coming up. Wes says, "Hey Jeff, 100,000 fans downtown in the Berg."
Yeah, well, they all can't go into the stadium because the stadium don't hold that much, you rat bastard. We're gonna run to our second commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Man.
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Man, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk on the internet every Monday through Friday on SportsWorldRadio.com. Hey, Wes, when the Pirates lose tonight, are you going to go casket shopping? Hey, Wes, how come you're not on the bridge watching the game or in your little kayak boat in the water waiting for the ball to come? The hell's the matter with you?
Bridge? Why don't you drive all the way to Pittsburgh and watch since you're talking big about the Pirates?
Come on, get on the bridge, bro, and watch the game, and you can call in the report. The hell's the matter with you, you Pirate fan?
Well, West goes, it's insane. I got pictures from family and friends back in the Berg.
Back in the
Berg. He goes,
Berg.
I'm in Ohio.
Back in the Berg.
And he says, I'm in Ohio, Jeff.
Well, see, that's the first problem right there. That's problem number one. You're not even in Pittsburgh, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
But he's probably got all kinds of Pirates gear on right now, fired up for tonight's game.
I should freaking have Rusty call in. Where's Rusty at?
Jeff will cancel the show tomorrow. That's what Josh says.
I'm going to cancel the show tomorrow.
And Shocker goes, Pittsburgh is near Ohio.
Hey, you want You want to know something? I was telling Sean during the break.
Yep.
Tomorrow is the 2nd, right, Sean?
Yep, tomorrow's the 2nd of October.
Right? Tomorrow's the 2nd.
Yep.
And every 2nd of the month, Spreaker takes their payment for the month from me, correct?
That is right.
So every 2nd of the month, Spreaker shuts down my encoder until they get their payment. And sometimes I don't take their payment until later on in the afternoon, and sometimes the encoder don't work. Every 2nd of the month, every single 2nd of the month, since I've been at Spreaker, they've shut my encoder down.
Oh, my God.
And now I'm telling you, the day before it happens, that if it happens, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me.
Takes time to get it paid off. Yep. Wes says, hey, Jeff, 3 hours. I go back to Steeler games every year. Tickets to Pirate games are $500.
I'm believe it or not, I'm actually face messaging Rusty as we speak. And I said, Rusty, call in from the game. And he typed back now, and I typed in the number. So let's hope Rusty calls from Pittsburgh.
Come
from
on,
the
Rusty,
game.
call in there, bud. I'd like to hear that.
How would you like to hear that, Wes? I'm bringing somebody. I'm hoping he comes in. I gave him the phone number. Maybe he'll dial in. That would be awesome.
Well, Wes, you got your Pop Stargell gear on or your Pirates gear on, even though you can't go to the game. I'm pretty sure you're all fired. Since you're all fired up, I'm sure he's got all kinds of Pirates gear on right now.
Frank the Tank don't come in on Wednesdays. He only comes in on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the second hour of the show there, Mr. Pittsburgh Pirate West fan over there.
He's ready for the win. Wes is what's going to happen? Pirates win tonight. If they do, he'll plaster stuff all over my Facebook wall with We Are Family and Pirate stuff, even on Jeff's wall too.
even on my wall. Don't be posting nothing over there.
And then Jeff just says, I'll just hide your stuff, Wes.
Don't be posting nothing. All blackout. It's a blackout. So the game's blacked out in Pittsburgh? Is that what you're telling? Blacked out. Everybody's going to be... I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I think Jeff should send me to the NCAA National Championship football game in Dallas. I think you should pay for yourself. You live freaking right there.
Yeah, come on there, Shocker. You got the money. You live in
Hey,
Dallas.
Shocker.
Go spend some money and go to the national title
Hey,
game,
Shocker.
buddy.
Hey, Shocker, you want to go to the game for free?
He wants to see Florida State in there.
He wants to go to the game. I know what he wants. He wants to go to the game for free. Shocker, you want to go to the game for free? Here, this is how. Shocker,
hour.
This is how I'm going to tell you to do it. Apply for a press pass. Tell him you work for SportsWorldRadio, and you want to go.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
And you want to go to the game and be able to talk to the players and just apply for a press pass. Tell them you work for SportsWorldRadio. I'll back it up. They could send their email to check to swrshow@gmail.com. swrshow@gmail.com. Go ahead, Shocker. Do it that way. And then you can be a reporter. You can go into the locker room and do interviews for us and send them to me, and I'll play them on the air. That's how I can get into the game for free.
Wes goes, hey, Jeff, we call it a blackout. Pens have a whiteout.
Blackout.
Now he's talking about the Penguins hockey because it's a week from today when hockey season starts.
You notice how he hasn't mentioned the Steelers.
Because Wes is all upset because he hasn't gotten over last weekend's game. I tell you, Wes, you better pray and hope that the Steelers beat the Jaguars, or oh boy, I will be giving you sympathy.
Shocker, just tell him you're a reporter for Sports World Radio and you like to get your press pass. That's all.
And Wes goes, hey, Jeff, it's all Pirates.
You know what? For right now it is, but I'll tell you something. By 9:30 my time, the only team you're going to be rooting for are the Steelers and the Penguins.
And then he said, Friday, it's Steelers time.
Friday, it's Steelers time. They don't play Friday.
They play Sunday,
They play
Wes.
Sunday.
They play Jacksonville.
Oh, my. And Jacksonville's going to beat them. How about that?
And then Wes is going to be in deep mourning.
They're going to lose to Tampa Bay and Jacksonville back-to-back weeks, and we ain't going to see Wes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of next week. Because his freaking Pittsburgh Pirates are going to be sitting at home. His Steelers just lost to Tampa Bay and Jacksonville now. He's got nothing to root. There could be no cheer in the Berg this weekend. Nothing.
Jeffy goes, I start up Friday for the Steelers.
There's going to be no cheer in the Berg.
Start up Friday.
No cheer in the Berg.
Yeah, Wes, if you win, you'll sleep really well tonight. If you lose, you won't be sleeping very much.
He's going to be so he's going to be so upset tonight. I'm going to be thinking about him the whole. It's not going to be a weekend party. It's going to be a weekend morning. Because
a weekend morning instead of a weekend party.
Right, you guys are going to be mourning over the weekend because the Pirates are going to lose today and Pittsburgh's going to lose on Sunday to Jacksonville. You guys are going to be in mourning this weekend. Damn right you're going to be pissed off. I know you're going to be pissed off. It's going to be great.
I'll be pissed off.
Damn right you're going to be pissed off. Hey, it's better to be pissed off than been pissed on.
And then you'll realize I better start giving up on the Steelers. I'll just go for Penguins.
Well, that's not going to help either.
Shocker, that's funny. If all the teams lose, it'll be an iceberg as a type.
Way to go, Shocker. See, Shocker, you could be a good reporter for Sports World Radio. Buddy.
Oh, Shocker, you crack me up, buddy.
Shocker rocks, man.
It'll be an iceberg as a Titanic.
That's great. Jeff, you have to love the play-in game. See, even you call it a play-in game.
Now he gets it right.
See, even he calls it a play-in game, so he knows I'm right. How about that, Sean?
He finally knows that. He finally realizes it's a play-in game. That's right, Wes. You have to win to get into the playoffs. Then you're officially in.
Hey, let me ask you a question there, Wes. When you were watching that Kansas City-Oakland game last night, were you getting way nervous for your Pittsburgh team for the game for today? Were you getting way... That place last night was rocking.
It was, because that's exactly, Jeff, what Royal fans wanted. They were itching for playoff baseball for a long time since the George Brett days.
That place was loud last night, wasn't it, Sean?
Yep, and Wes replied to you, hey, Jeff, no.
I could tell you something right now. Wes is not going to be able to handle it, man. Wes is not going to be able to handle what's going on. He's not going to be able to handle the game today. He's going to be biting his nails. He's going to be pacing. He's not going to be able to handle it. He's going to be freaking out.
And Wes comes back, you ain't seen nothing. Berg will be way more crazy. That's what Wes says to Jeff and everybody here, including me.
Wes. How great is it going to be when he loses today? How great is that?
He won't be showing up very much, and Wes goes, watch the best fans in all of sports.
That's great.
The Pirate fans.
The Pirate fans. No Pirate fans allowed. You're the only Pirate fan allowed.
He says, watch the best fans and all, or win. Wes, all right, you're talking a lot of smack there. You better if they win tonight. Then you'll be off the hook for another round. But then it'll get even tougher because
he's not going to show up.
You got to play the Nationals.
He ain't going to be here tomorrow. There's no way he's going to be here tomorrow when they lose. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Wes says he'll be here, but Jeff goes, I'll believe that when I see it, if they win or lose.
You know something, Wes? At this point, I'm hoping I'll be here tomorrow. Because I hope the encoder works, because every second of the freaking month, they shut down my encoder until they get their payment. So I'm hoping it works tomorrow, because usually on the second it doesn't. But we'll see. You'll know right away. If I'm here live, you know the encoder's working. If Sean puts on technical difficulties on Facebook, you know what's going on.
The Nats are great, but we are family. That's what Wes says.
Yeah, you and your family are going to be watching, along with the Pittsburgh Pirates, watching the playoffs. and soon, if your Steelers don't get their crap together, they're going to be watching the playoffs too.
And then you'll have the Penguins, but there won't be much optimism for the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh Penguins. That's a joke team right there. All right, let's run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by shirtshopper.net. Wes, Pittsburgh fan, buddy, head on over to shirtshopper.net. They got the Pittsburgh Steelers over there. They got the Pittsburgh Pirates over there. They got the Pittsburgh Penguins over there. NHL, NFL, and MLB. Get over there. Get your team T-shirt today at shirtshopper.net. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff. Welcome, everybody, to the first of two updates for Sports World Radio. NFL, tomorrow night will be Thursday Night Football on CBS or NFL Network. It'll be the Vikings taking on the Packers. In other news from the NFL, big news is coming out of New England that the Patriots are saying that Tom Brady maybe should be benched. The Patriots' offensive line have been a problem for them, so we'll see what happens on Sunday night when they play the Bengals. In the NBA, all the players are basically back as the first preseason game begins on Saturday night. The Heat will be playing the New Orleans Pelicans on Saturday as NBA preseason is back, and it won't be long because 4 weeks from today will be the start of the NBA season. October 29th, of course, the official season begins October 28th, and that will be the traditional doubleheader games on TNT. In Major League Baseball, big news to report, the American League is all set. The Kansas City Royals are moving on. The Oakland A's are watching the rest of the playoffs from home. The A's blew a 7-3 lead, an 7-3 lead, and an 8-7 lead to the Kansas City Royals. The Royals finally end their playoff misery and their playoff drought by winning 9-8 in 12 innings in what was a wild game at Kauffman Stadium. For the play-in game, now the Royals will match up against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And, of course, tomorrow it'll be Game 1 of that series. And then Game 1 tomorrow, it'll be the Orioles hosting the Detroit Tigers in the best-of-5 for the American League Divisional Series. Friday night, I believe, is when the Dodgers will be playing the St. Louis Cardinals. Those teams have had some memorable playoff matchups over the years. And the Nationals are sitting and waiting for the outcome of tonight's game between Giants and Pirates. The game starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific for the play-in game. And when after that is all done, let the divisional series rounds begin and let the fun begin as October baseball in full swing. That's your update for Sports World Radio. After the update and commercial break, we've got more sports talk, and we got Ron Gallo coming in at the top of the hour. This update was brought to you by shirtshopper.net.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2-hour sports talk on the internet. What do you got for me, buddy?
Another news report from Skip Bayless from the NBA. He said 5 of the greatest non-passers, LeBron, Oscar, Bird, Ginobili, and Duncan. That's what he said today. And he also said about the NBA, which is coming up here in a couple weeks, he goes, I'll take Kyrie, Dion over Walls, Beal any night. Stephen, Clay over anyone but backcourt that won NBA title by a record margin. That's what Skip Bayless said today about the NBA.
He's a schmuck.
From the Skip Bayless perspective.
He's a schmuck. You know? I can't stand him. Sometimes he says the stupidest things in the world. We shouldn't even be talking about him. He's a schmuck. Hey, during the break, I was talking with Sean. And I found this article that says, the headline says, a report reveals that the NBA basketball officials have discussed eliminating extra free throws to save time. This is what's going to happen. The concept was this. A player fouled in the act of shooting or in a penalty situation would attempt only a single free throw. If that player was shooting a 2-point shot or in a penalty situation at the time of the foul, the free throw attempt would be worth 2 points. If that player was fouled in the act of launching a 3-point shot, he'd go to the line for a single free throw worth 3 points.
I disagree with it. I don't like this because the NBA should just keep it the way it is. Just make them shoot 2 free throws.
They're trying to speed up the game. Basically,
I
is what
understand
they're
that, but
trying
I don't
to do.
like it.
They're trying to speed up the game. I kind of like it. Free throws are boring. It's a big part of the game. But if that's one way you can cut it down, why do you need to take 2 shots to get 1 point each when you can take 1 shot and get 2 points?
I don't know.
Let me ask you this question, Sean. Okay? Let me ask you this question. How many points is a basket worth inside the 3-point line?
Not sure.
You don't know how many points a basket is worth inside the 3-point line?
2.
Well, I thought you knew basketball and sports. Yeah, 2 points.
Just kidding. I did. Yeah, 2 points.
2 points. So why do they have to shoot 2 free throws if they could shoot 1 free throw and get the same 2 points?
Because of the foul situation.
Because of the foul situation. What the hell does that mean?
Because it means if a player is shooting and trying to get and going for a 2-point layup or shooting from the perimeter and trying to shoot and gets fouled, that's what it is. 2 free throws and 2 points. And Shocker says, look, keep the game the same as it is. To foul or not to foul is a part of the game too.
Well, they're not complaining about the foul. They're complaining about the free throw. I'm kind of, you know what? For a person who loves basketball, I kind of agree with it. Why do you need to shoot 2 free throws? If you get fouled in the act of shooting, you're going to go to the line for 2 free throws, right?
Right.
You're going to shoot them both, correct?
Correct.
So instead of going to the line to shoot 2 free throws, you get 1 shot. It goes in, you get the 2 points. It doesn't go in, you get nothing, you move on.
That's a good point.
Game will move a little quicker. You don't have to take 2 shots. And now, if you get fouled taking a 3-pointer, you get 3 free throws, right?
Right.
Well, with the new rule, if you get fouled taking a 3-point shot, you get 1 foul shot, goes in, it's 3 points. What's wrong with that?
That's a big decision.
It's kind of like shooting the 3-pointer itself, isn't it?
Kind of.
Because if you shoot the 3-pointer, it goes in, you get 3 points. You shoot the 3-pointer and it don't go in, you don't get the 3 point. Same thing from the foul line. And guess what? The foul line's closer than the 3-point line.
That's right. Nobody's guarding you. It's a free throw.
It's a free chance to get 3 points with 1 shot. I don't get it. I kind of like the rule. They'll speed the game up a little bit. I kind of like it.
It's a big decision that the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, has to decide on, and what the NBA owners and the NBA PA have to decide about this. It all has to possibly come to a vote and decide if it's the right decision or not.
Yeah, and who knows if or when they're going to do it, but they're in talks about it. I kind of like it. I got to read the whole rest of the article, but that's the gist of it right there, what I said. It's basically what they're going to do. I kind of like it. I kind of like it a lot. See you later there. He's got to go. He's got to get ready. It takes him an hour to get ready for the game. He's got to go GF6 over there, Wes.
See you, Wes, and good luck for tonight's game. I'll be watching and thinking of you the whole time.
Look at Shocker. Shocker doesn't like it. Don't do it, he says. Shocker don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Well, tough. Tough petunias. I kind of like it.
My next topic I have here, Jeff, we move back to the NFL. We talked a little bit about it. Tom Brady came out in a press conference and he said, coming off one of the worst losses for the Patriots, Tom Brady, he goes, quote, I don't think we played well for a long time. He goes, Brady, who was pulled early from Monday night's blowout loss to Kansas City, made the comments as his team tries to put together the pieces of an offense that turned the ball over 3 times against the Chiefs and is ranked 23rd in the NFL in total yardage this season. That's a problem.
You think?
I think, and I know.
Yeah. And Cincinnati coming in?
Cincinnati's going to be a challenge, and they got to be prepared for them. They got to study them and realize 3-0. And this is a big part of the Patriots season. And here's another thing that he added. He goes, quote, this is what he said on WEEI 93.7 FM. He goes, quote, that's obviously going to reflect in every statistic that you can find that we don't have the kind of offense that's going to perform at a high level, Brady said in his weekly interview on Boston's sports radio station, WEEI 93.7 FM. Quote, everyone's connected. It all ties together. If we are not playing well, we are not going to have good stats. And that's that simple when, especially in my opinion, when you're 23rd in total yardage this season. But it's still a long season, and I think the Patriots just need to get like you said, the offensive line needs to be fixed and corrected, because if not, Patriots are going to struggle to score points and not give Brady protection.
They're in trouble.
They are.
They're in trouble. And I hate to tell you something, but the Cincinnati Bengals love to rush the passer. And they're going to come after him just as hard as Kansas City did, if not harder.
You know what? And all that rumor about the Patriots looking at maybe thinking about benching him, there were rumors coming out, too, out of Boston and out of all of New England, people talking up there about saying, oh, that the Patriots should bench Tom Brady. No, you don't bench him. The guy's been the star, and he's been the face of that franchise since he came to the NFL in September of 2001 when he took over for Drew Bledsoe. He's won 3 Super Bowls. You don't take him out. He's still a great quarterback. It's not Brady's fault. You don't blame him. You blame the offensive line. And you're right, Jeff. If the offensive line can't fix this, it will be a long season for the Patriots and their fans because, they worked hard on their defense, but that line's got some problems.
If the offensive line don't get fixed, could end up getting hurt.
And then Bob Kraft will be unhappy, and then you saw Bill Belichick on the sideline just shaking his head, disgusted with what he was seeing on Monday night.
Yeah, you'll be shaking your head too.
I just sat there watching the game saying, this is so un-Brady-like.
So un-Brady-like. Very un-Brady-like.
Yeah, they have to figure out what they can do to fix their team. Well, and on that note, commercial break.
Yeah, let's run to our commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Have you ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Joining us now, I told you, I was hoping he did it. Our good friend Rusty Pettit out there in Pittsburgh, heading to the game just outside the stadium. What's going on, Rusty?
Mr. Jeff Escow, so great to hear your voice again. It's craziness out here, man. Federal Street is packed. The Clemente Bridge is packed. I'm down the Allegheny River right now. I'm literally standing at a boat right on the bank of the Allegheny River, getting ready to go into the stadium. Just down here with a huge, there's probably 100 people by this one boat that's just pulled up here, docked alongside the Allegheny River, and we're all ready to walk in and watch the game tonight. And if it is half as intense as last year's Log Start game, then it's going to be a fun night.
What's the atmosphere like out there, Rusty?
It's crazy, man. There's not one person who is not wearing a black shirt or black sweatshirt or black hoodie. It's a total blackout at the stadium, and it's just nuts. I think there's a little anxious anticipation. You know, we know we're going to get the good pitcher tonight, but everybody's pretty excited about this team.
Rusty, Sean Mann from Sports World Radio. I was going to ask you. You talk about the atmosphere. You go back to last year with them winning that game against the Reds, and then they went and played 5 games. What's different about this Pirates team than last year's team?
I think the key word I would use is probably balance. This year's team seems to have a balance throughout the lineup that is different. The offense, unlike last year, what got them to the wild card game and got them into the NLDS, I would say, was mostly the pitching. The starting pitching was strong, but the bullpen was even stronger. This year they had some question marks in both areas, and they had 3 or 4 starters out at one time. They've gone through several starters this year. They seem to be healthy now, but they've all had their issues. Volquez, who's pitching tonight, was actually the only guy that was actually rock solid throughout the whole year, and the bullpen had even more issues. So what carried them this year was the offense, and it's kind of crazy to think that because there's not, you had Pedro Alvarez, who led the league in home runs last year, had one of his worst offensive seasons ever. In fact, he's not going to play in tonight and maybe not even play in the rest of the postseason as far as they go. Yet this team still managed to hit home runs and drive-in runs, and they've just managed to find ways to score runs. You've had guys like Josh Harrison come out of nowhere. Kutch, who won the MVP last year, has had a better offensive year than he did last year. And you couple that with Neil Walker batting cleanup and hitting more home runs than any second baseman in Pirates history. They find ways to score runs.
Another question I got to ask you too, Rusty. Actually, I got a couple of them. One question is your thoughts on Clint Hurdle, the job that he's done with the Pirates. As you know, you remember what he did with the Rockies in 2007 when they won 21 out of 22 to get to the World Series. But the job he's done in Pittsburgh, your thoughts?
Clint Hurdle, I tell you what, there's a lot of levels to Clint Hurdle that I didn't realize. I was impressed with him with the job he did in Colorado and getting into the postseason, especially that year. It was a very special year when they had that huge winning streak to get them into the postseason back in the middle of the last decade. And he came here and he basically turned down a job with the Mets to come here to Pittsburgh, and because he said that he wanted to rebond a city with its baseball team. And I will say he has done that 200%. This is a baseball town that forgot it was a baseball town for many decades until that man got back here. And there was a couple years that they didn't really have the talent or the depth to pull it all the way through the full season. A couple collapses in 2011 or 12. But they managed to get it last year, get over the hump, and get in the playoffs. And this year was a different type of challenge. This year he was challenged with having the injuries and both pitching in the bullpen and in the starting pitching, and also having a lineup that was fluctuating a lot, still having some gaps to fill, dealing with your power hitter who was having a down season, dealing with not getting a lot of production out of first base or right field or even shortstop at the time, and he found ways to do it. He had faith in his guys. The one thing that's interesting about Clint Hurdle, and he's probably the most positive thinking person I've ever seen in Major League Baseball. And I think at times it seems like it's naivety, but I think the proof is in the pudding when you see a team that had as many setbacks as they had this season. He's gotten to where they are right now. In fact, the fact that they were fighting for the division up until Sunday says a lot about the character of him and what he's got this team to buy into.
Absolutely. And you look at all the great job he did with Colorado, and now all of a sudden with Pittsburgh. Another question I got to ask you, Rusty, is where are you sitting tonight for this National League play-in game tonight?
I am in section 121. It's going to be about a third of the way up the third base line, slightly behind the Pirates dugout, about halfway up on the lower level. I got me and my brother there. Last year we had standing room only tickets, and that was even pretty special at the same time. But this year we got a couple seats, and we have season tickets to Pirates. Me, my dad, and my brother, we were season ticket holders, and we come throughout the year. But I tell you what, there's nothing like postseason baseball in the Berg. It's pretty special, and I wish you guys could be here to feel it because it's a good atmosphere.
Hey, Rusty, so you're in pretty good foul ball territory then, huh?
I'm sorry. Have Sean repeat that because it was muffled again.
Jeff said you are in pretty good foul ball territory for the third baseline, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, my brother's got an uncanny knack of catching foul balls at Pirates games for some reason. I've never gotten one. I'm 40 years old, never gotten one. He's probably gotten 3 or 4 already. and they just seem to come to him. So I'm going to defer to that and think if we get one coming our way, I'm going to give him a shot and just let him do his thing.
Rusty, I got a big question for you. You know, you talk about how big postseason baseball is in Pittsburgh. Biggest thing since, well, of course, Pirate fans remember when Barry Bonds was there, but you got to go back even further. Do you remember? Do you remember 1979, the last time the Pirates won the World Series with Pop Stargill with We Are Family? I'm pretty sure you still don't forget that when they beat Baltimore in 70.
No, I was 5 years old, and that year was a pretty special year. I didn't probably realize the magnitude as a child at 5 years old, but I remember that World Series against the Orioles and Pop Stargill and the We Are Family Pirates. It's the 35th anniversary of that this year. Actually, they've been celebrating that all year at the ballpark. And the same year, the Steelers won their fourth Super Bowl, and that's when they started counting them as the City of Champions. And
City of Champions is right.
That's right. Let's go Bucks. I got a bunch of people walking by, but it was that's the first World Series I ever remember watching. And I tell you what, they're aching to get back there. They've got a team right now that they're not perfect by any means, but they've got some young guys, and they're going to be here for a while. So I think Pirate fans look at this as the beginning of the open window and not the end.
Yeah, kind of the beginning of them getting going. Real quickly before we have to let you go, your favorite Pittsburgh Pirate of all time? Were you a big Roberto Clemente, Willie Stargell, or I'm pretty sure, who's your favorite Pirate of all time?
Well, I'll start off by saying my dad's favorite player of all time was Bill Mazeroski. He just loved the way. I mean, the home run stand, the home run stands by itself, but he, as a second baseman, he loved him so much. But I've got to say, for me, and I never got to see the man play, and I know this entire world was robbed of him at an early age when he died in that plane crash, but definitely Roberto Clemente. And everything I've learned about the man, not only on the field but off the field, there's not one thing that you could not like about it. And he was one of the most incredible ball players of all time. And I know he's respected, but I do think he's probably, even if it can be possible, underrated. But number 21, Roberto Clemente, is probably never going to be replaced as my favorite Pirate of all time.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, Roberto Clemente, Pop Stargill, and I'm glad you mentioned Bill Mazeroski, because from October 13th, 1960, he hit the game-winning walk-off home run against the Yankees, and they beat the Yankees 10-9, and that was a clutch moment for sports history. Well, Rusty, thank you very much for coming out and spending some time with us tonight for tonight's preview of the Pirates-Giants. Good luck to the team, and I will be actually going for the Pirates, so get to your seat and have a great time tonight, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Sean. And I know Jeff, he told me last night he was rooting for the Giants. I'm not going to hold that against him. But I do. He's been out there on the West Coast long enough where he's a California boy. That's fine with me. But thanks so much for having me on. I'm going to go inside the stadium right now and enjoy the game. And Jeff, I miss you, buddy. We had a great run there in KC on the radio, and I'm glad you're still keeping it going.
Thanks, buddy. I miss you too. Hopefully we'll get you on real soon.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, you too. There goes our good friend Rusty Pettit. Him and I used to be partners out there in Kansas City. He mentioned it right there at the end of that interview. Rusty Pettit at Pittsburgh, getting ready to walk into the game for tonight. Hey, Wes, you missed it. So sorry you had to leave early, but we will have this on replay for you, so you better come back and listen. How about that? Wes leaves and Rusty calls in. We're only allowed to have one Pittsburgh guy on, in the chat room at once or on the air.
I think it was cool. It was great that you had a chance to work with him, Jeff. Glad he's going to go to the game, and I said to him, good luck, and we'll see how tonight's poor Wes, LOL there, Browning, but good questions and good stuff to talk about, and you could hear in the background how fired up they are already.
That, huh?
It's 47 minutes away from game time on ESPN.
Yeah, it was pretty rowdy back there, and that's what I wanted to get. I wanted to know what the atmosphere was like and all that, and thank you so much, Rusty, for calling in. And we're going to try and get Rusty to come back on the show more often. We're just working out the particulars and all that, but we're working on some things, so hopefully Rusty will be showing up more often than he just did. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Rusty. I really appreciate that. We're going to run to a quick break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design.
Which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hour of sports talk on the internet every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central.
Figure it out for yourself.
That's what he just said, didn't he? What do you got for me next, Sean?
All right, next topic we go to Major League Baseball. The Chicago Cubs are waiting on Manny Ramirez to decide on future. If former slugger Manny Ramirez officially retires, the Chicago Cubs could have an opening for him as coach on their Major League staff. Ramirez, who is 42 years old, was a player coach for the AAA Iowa Cubs this season and garnered positive reviews from the front office. Theo Epstein, being general manager, he goes, quote, Manny has not decided to retire as of yet, Cubs president Theo Epstein said Tuesday. He goes, quote, he did an outstanding job for the organization this year, and we are going to continue to stay in touch depending on what he wants to do in his career.
That's freaking hysterical.
Manny Ramirez, Jeff, working in the front office.
That's freaking hysterical. That's ridiculous. Really? Come on.
Manny Ramirez?
Manny Ramirez, really? In the front office working for the Chicago Cubs?
Yep.
They must be hard up for something.
Frank, I wish Frank was here, but I know he'll be here
tomorrow.
Possibly. Yeah, tomorrow. The Cubs dismissed their assistant hitting coach Mike Brumley on Tuesday. Epstein wouldn't comment on the possibility of Ramirez joining the Major League Cubs role.
Easy for you to say.
So Manny Ramirez wanting to possibly come back to the major leagues, not to play as a player, but to be working at the office with the Chicago Cubs.
That's ridiculous.
Probably it's because they had that relationship.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Come on now, really?
And
I know.
Now we get to the next topic, and somebody has just popped Skype on.
I'm on it.
You got it, bud.
I'm on it. I am on it. Where is that rat bastard? We're going to bring Ron Gallo in, our good friend Ron Gallo from Canada out there, the hockey guru of the hockey guru of Sports World Radio. There he is. What's up there, Ron?
Hello, hello.
How are you, buddy?
Not great. There's no internet, so I'm doing this from my phone.
There's no internet?
No internet.
What the hell's up with that?
I think that there was an accident.
Yeah, we're going to have technical difficulties. I could see it happening already.
Ron, can you hear us?
We'll bring him back in a minute. Hold on. I could see this. I could see this segment going like crap.
Josh goes, Gale Force 1 is making Chicago gloomy.
Yeah, I could see this is going to be bad news. It looks like his Skype went down. That's okay. We'll see what happens. He can always call back in if he wants. We'll see what happens. All right, Chicago is gloomy? Well, what else do you expect from Chicago? It's Chicago.
Well, he's probably mentioning about how gloomy it is because of what the whole situation with Manny Ramirez working in the front office.
That's
and you're
ridiculous.
saying, Jeff, it's hysterical.
That's ridiculous. Does he still have his dreadlocks?
Yep.
How you going to have anybody working in the Do you really want, as an MLB player or as an MLB owner, do you really want him working in your front office?
I disagree with that. Manny Ramirez will just cause trouble, and he'll be a cancer just like he has been throughout his career. And I know particularly what that was like when he was up in Boston.
I sure as hell don't want him on my team or working for me in my front office. At least in a major league sports capacity.
True. The other news to report for our next topic, Adam Dunn, who's 34 years old, he calls it a career. Adam Dunn trekked 14 seasons and 2,001 games just to get to the postseason. But when his one and only playoff chance arrived Tuesday, he never got a chance at the bench, and afterward he said he will retire.
Well, that's good. He's been around a long time, right?
Yeah, Adam Dunn's been around for a long time. I remember him very well, and he had a chance to get deeper in the postseason. Not going to be the case for an Oakland Athletics team still going through heartbreak after last night's loss. Now Adam Dunn says he's done, he's retiring, he's hanging up the cleats.
He's done, he's retiring, he's hanging up the cleats. Well, there you go.
The A's, in my opinion,
See,
have
he
a lot
didn't.
of big decisions to make this offseason. I know we didn't want to talk too much about them because we had other stuff to get to, but I guess we could talk a little bit about them, Jeff. Big decisions indeed. I don't know what's going to end up happening. Now, I got a question for you all. With the loss last night, does that mean that Bob Melvin will be fired as Oakland Athletics manager after a disastrous ending to their season?
Why should he be?
That's a good question. I don't think he will get fired, but I'm sure some A's fans would say, he deserves to be canned. He should be fired because the A's went 68-43 at one point, and they were running away with this division. Then all of a sudden, they just let the Angels overtake them, and then they lose one-game playoff to the Kansas City Royals.
I hate to tell you. That trade messed them up.
Lester for Cespedes.
That
That's
trade
right.
screwed them up good time.
That was one of the biggest mistakes that Billy Beane, Oakland A's, the general manager, made to trade with the Red Sox to get Lester. That should never have happened, and that was a big bat that they lost. If Cespedes would have been there, the A's would have won last night's game against the Royals.
Well, you can't say that, but it would have been a different game.
Different game and different outcome.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. I don't know, but I happen to think that was the wrong move by Billy Beane.
Wrong move and a blunder that's going to cost I'm sure he's going to regret. I'm sure A's fans will be like, you should have never him. Maybe you're right, because if it was a different outcome, they could have battled all summer long toward the end with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. But when they started losing, the Angels just stayed right with them, and then they just peaked at the right time and overtook them for the American League West Division.
It's going to be crazy. I'm telling you right now.
With the A's, it's going to be crazy, and there's going to be a lot of decisions to make. But for them, they have just continued through so much playoff misery where they just can't. They just can't get it done in the clutch for the postseason.
No, you know what? They've been like that the last couple of years, haven't they?
They have been.
They just can't seem to close it out, can they?
Can't close it out, and with them blowing that 7-3 lead last night, that just makes an A's fan heartbreak over. I'm sure that it's still been a long, miserable day because it still hurts them big time because they have had all these good teams throughout when the 2000s came and that they had chances to get there, and then they end up losing.
Yeah.
Keep losing in the postseason. It just seems like, Jeff, they're always great during the season, and then when the postseason comes,
something happens to them.
Something happens, and they fold and collapse and give up.
No, I agree with you.
And if I'm Billy Beane, I would be sitting there frustrated and disgusted saying, I should never have made that trade with the Red Sox. I should have never made that trade. Sure, they were trying to add pitching, but Cespedes was a big bat that they lost.
You can't do anything about it now. You made the trade, so you got to move on. And I don't think he's going to be able to keep Lester. So that trade was for naught. Because
Lester is not going to stay in Oakland.
Right. Not only are you going to lose Lester at the end of this year, which is now, but you lost, what's his name? Cespedes?
Cespedes, yep.
You lost Cespedes. So you got screwed all the way around.
And there's a lot of talk that Lester, of course, when you saw him go from the Red Sox to the A's, Lester was not thrilled about it. He did not look very happy being an Oakland Athletic. He didn't seem to like he really wanted to be there. And I know his first option is to come back to Boston because he wanted to be a Red Sox and retire as a Red Sox. So the Red Sox will see what they can do to talk with him. And I know Lester wants to do the same thing. But without a doubt, he'll be wanting to go back to the East Coast, Lester will be. The A's just, it's just, and right, Josh, they pull Cowboys. That's exactly what the Athletics do. They just choke and choke and choke.
And choke and choke and choke. And that's what they did for pretty much the last month of baseball season, right?
Yeah, if I'd be an A's fan, I would not even want to look at the gear for a long, long time until spring training comes up in February.
Can you see the field from that bridge in Pittsburgh?
I don't have a TV on, but no, I don't. Do you?
I have a TV on, but I don't know. If you're standing on that bridge in Pittsburgh, can you see the baseball field and what's going on?
That would be hard to see it from that bridge. I know what you're getting at with PNC Park, and then you got the bridge, and then it's like really hard to kind of see all the action live.
Not if you got binoculars, it ain't.
Yeah, with binoculars, you're right.
Binoculars? Yeah, now if you got binoculars, you should be okay, right? I should have asked Rusty that. But he's got a seat this time. He's not standing. Last year, he's had a standing room only ticket. This year, he's got a seat. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see that ugly bastard on TV. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, so it's already getting packed, and it was great to hear Rusty call in. Another topic I have: the Minnesota Twins have already started their move on a new manager. Paul Molitor is expected to meet with the Twins about their vacant managerial job. The Minneapolis Star-Tribune reported.
Paul Molitor, huh? They're staying in the family, ain't they?
Pretty much.
You kind of knew that was going to happen. But he's got no head manager experience, does he?
Yeah, Molitor played 3 seasons from 96 to 98 with the Twins to cap his 21-year Hall of Fame career. He never has managed in the majors, like you just said, Jeff, or minor leagues, but has coached extensively since leaving baseball as a player.
What, is he coaching Little League?
Probably a little both between the major leagues and the minor leagues.
Coaching Little League, that's what he's doing.
The Twins added him to their staff in October 2013, assigning him supervision of the team's base running, bunting, infield instruction and positioning, as well as assistance with in-game strategy.
And
the point is, the Twins are saying that they're interested because he's been there from 96 to 98.
I don't think he can. Personally, I don't think he can do it. That's just my personal opinion on it.
I don't think he can either. And the
I
Twins, of course, realizing losing Ron Gardenhire was a big loss for them.
Yeah, I think he's
the Twins
more
are rebuilding.
I think he's more of a player than a coach, and you know what? He might be able to do it because he'll be a player's coach, I bet you, and he'll probably do it differently than Ron Gardenhire did it. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they go and hire Paul Monitor as their manager because he's well known and famous in Minnesota.
That's
I
right.
would not be shocked if they do it at all.
Before the second update, the Twins finished their season 70-92, making Gardenhire just the fourth manager in the history of the game to proceed over at least 4 straight 90-loss seasons with the same team. And I mentioned that a few days ago about the other 4 managers.
Wow. There you have it. All right, let's run to our final update of the day. This update is brought to you by Keurig-Coffeemachines.com. Looking for tea? You need some coffee? You need a new coffee machine? Head on over to Keurig-Coffeemachines.com. Brewing perfection, 1 cup at a time. That's Keurig-Coffeemachines.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the last update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. 30 minutes after the hour on this 1st of October, 2014. Let's get everybody caught up on what's going on. National Basketball Association, the NBA, coming up right now with preseason. A lot of the players, all players are back for NBA training camp as the preseason begins on Saturday. And it will be 4 weeks from today, the start of the NBA season, with a lot of big matchups to look forward to. They've already announced it on TNT. What's going to happen? It'll be the Mavericks playing the Spurs coming up in a couple weeks. And, of course, the Houston Rockets playing the LA Lakers. That's as far as I will go for the NBA because the updates are going to have a lot more NBA basketball games. And speaking of which, how about the Vegas Sportsbook? The Cavs to win 58.5 games. Everybody in Vegas is already saying that the Cleveland Cavaliers will be the heavy favorites this year to win the NBA Finals. In the NFL, National Football League, tomorrow night on CBS and the NFL Network, Minnesota Vikings will travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. That game starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is actually 5:25 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8:25 p.m. Eastern time. So you can watch live coverage of that. Tomorrow will also be college football. And lastly, Major League Baseball. Last night, the Kansas City Royals finally won a playoff game for the first time since 1985. That ended a 29-year drought. That was Game 7 of 85, but now it's all over with. They're moving on to the next round. They will match up against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Tonight, the NL play-in game will feature the Pittsburgh Pirates hosting the San Francisco Giants. The winner of tonight's game will match up against the Washington Nationals. Tomorrow, the divisional series begins. There will be 2 games on TBS. It'll be the Detroit Tigers going up against the Baltimore Orioles. Max Scherzer will throw the ball for Game 1 for the Tigers against Chris Tillman of the Baltimore Orioles. The second game on TBS, it'll be the Kansas City Royals taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It'll be Vargas going for the Royals against Weaver of the Angels. And then, of course, Friday night will be Game 1 of the National League Divisional Series. It will be the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's your update for Sports World Radio on this Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2014. When we come back, we got more sports talk. And this update was brought to you by Keurig-Coffeemachines.com.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, each and every Monday through Friday, right here in SportsWorldRadio.com, 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central.
Figure it out for yourself.
Wow, you're pretty quick with that today there, boss.
All right, Jeff, next topic I got for you, as I mentioned in the update, the Superbook sets the Cavaliers to win at 58.5 games. They are scheduled to win more games than any other team, according to one Las Vegas sportsbook.
Bunch of freaking morons.
I have the entire list of all the teams that are favored here.
So what you're telling me? What you're telling me is the Las Vegas bookies say that the Cleveland Cavaliers will have more wins than any other NBA team this season?
That is absolutely correct.
That's a bunch of bull hogwash.
And I have an entire list here, Jeff, of the teams that are with all these games, even 15 all the way up to 50 or more.
Okay, so tell me what do they predict the Cavaliers to be?
58 and 24. 58.5 wins total.
58 wins. So they're saying that no team is going to have more than 58 wins.
That's right, and the Cavs are number 1.
Who's number 2?
Number 2,
San Antonio. San Antonio?
Number 2 is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
What are they at?
57.5.
I want you to hold on to this.
I will.
I want you to hold on to this because I want to see if these schmucks are right at the end of the year.
I even saw this.
Who's number 3?
Okay, I got it right there. I got it added to my bookmarks. Number 3, the San Antonio Spurs.
How many games?
56.5.
That's a bunch of... The only reason why Cleveland is getting more wins is because of LeBronny Jamesy. Okay? And I'm sick and tired of it. Okay? They have a brand new team. They've never played with each other. They got a brand new coach. Never coached in the NBA before. You don't know what their offensive scheme is. You don't know what their defense scheme is. You don't know nothing. And you're telling me odds makers in Vegas, you're making them win more games than any other team in the National Basketball Association?
That's
you
right.
are freaking crazy.
They are crazy indeed. And I've got this whole story until we see what happens at the end of the year.
Who are the defending champs?
The San Antonio Spurs are.
And let me ask you a question. Do they have a new team? Do they have a new coach? No.
Cavaliers do.
How many games last year did San Antonio win?
San Antonio. Let me look that up. Sec.
That's what I want to know. Because that's a bunch of hogwash right there.
Last year, the San Antonio Spurs, who are the defending NBA champions, they went 62-20.
62 games, and you're telling me this year that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win 58, but San Antonio's not going to have more wins? You're freaking crazy.
They said the Spurs will win 56.5. That's the win total.
How do they come up with that crap?
Number 4. This is for you and Frank. I know eventually I've got this saved for you too, buddy. The Chicago Bulls, 55.5.
Are they pulling numbers out of a freaking hat?
I think so.
Because that's what it sounds like to me they're doing.
I think so.
That's ridiculous.
Number 5, Los Angeles Clippers, 55.5.
Who's number 6?
Number 6, Golden State Warriors, 50.5.
Who's number 7?
Dallas Mavericks, 49.5. There you go, shocker.
Number 8.
8, Toronto Raptors, 49.5.
9.
After that, the Houston Rockets, 49.5.
And number 10.
Washington Wizards, 49.5.
Okay, now do me a favor, really quick. In that top 10, how many are in the East and how many are in the West?
Let me see. Okay, let's see.
Because I don't remember off the top of my head. I didn't split it up when you were saying it.
So, okay. 5 for the West.
And 5 for the East.
And 5 for...
Right?
Yep.
5 for the West, 5 for the East. Those sons of... There's no way in hell that the odds makers in Vegas should have the Cleveland Cavaliers getting the most wins, considering they have a brand new team, a brand new coach, and you don't know how they're going to play. That's the thing I find funny the most about this whole thing. Everybody's picking Cleveland. Everybody's picking... You don't know a damn thing on what they're going to do.
Well, look what Browning says. Browning says in the chat room, go Cavaliers.
Browning, you are what they call a bandwagon fan. You are not a Cavaliers fan. You are not a Heat fan. You are a LeBron James fan. So, therefore, you root for any team that LeBron James is on.
That's exactly the point there, Jeff. And here's what Browning also says. I can't wait to play NBA 2K15 when it comes out so I can make more people quit. LOL. He's all happy about it. And then Josh goes, I thought you were a Heat fan.
He's not a Heat fan. Obviously, he's not a Heat fan. He's not a Cavs fan. He's a LeBron James fan. So, if and when LeBron James goes to another team, he'll be the other team's fan. So, obviously, Andrew Browning bastard is not a true basketball fan. He's a LeBron James fan. There's a difference.
Now, on this list here, 43 minutes past the hour, the Pelicans are also on this list, but they're kind of like way down. They're 41.5, Jeff.
What's the Knicks?
The Knicks are way behind. They have them at 40.5.
40
That's
games. 40 games, right? 40 and a half. They're going to win. You can't win a half a freaking game, you morons.
And the last team will be the Philadelphia 76ers. They're at 15.5.
Where's the Boston Celtics?
Celtics are 26.5.
26 games?
Almost a dead last, but behind, right with the 76ers. They're ahead of the Jazz and the Timberwolves and the Bucks.
Wow, you don't like to hear that, do you?
Well, I know it's going to be a long year because that's such a young team, and they haven't been the same since the end of the Pierce Garnett days.
Okay, so you know what? While we're talking about this, how many games do you think Cleveland's going to win this year?
If I think about this, Jeff, I'm going to say that the Cavaliers, I'm going to say they'll go 50-32.
50-32. You think they're going to win 50 games, huh?
I don't think that they're going to be strong this year. And I got a reason why when we come back after the commercial break.
And you know what? We're going to take a commercial break right now, and we'll hear that reason when we come back. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to the final segment of this 2-hour sports journey we've been taking you on this afternoon. Glad everybody can hang out with us. Gone through a lot of stuff. We had Rusty Pettit calling in at the top of the hour to talk to us from Pittsburgh, from outside PNC Park, getting ready to go inside. That was a lot of fun. There's no way in this NBA season that the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win 50 games. They're not going to do it. They're going to be, here, Browning bastard, take this and shove it. 45-37. That's going to be their record.
And then I wonder, Browning, what you'll be saying with that 45-37 record, and they not even make the playoffs. And there's going to be, and then you'll be kind of in the morning, and then you'll be putting your LeBum stuff away.
You bandwagon fan, you, because that's what you are. You're not a Heat fan. You're not a Cleveland Cavalier fan. You're a LeBron fan. So whatever team LeBron plays for is the team you're rooting for. That's the true meaning of a bandwagon fan. Me, I'm a New York Knicks fan. Doesn't matter who's playing on the team. I'm a New York Knicks fan.
I'm just like me. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. Doesn't matter who's playing. I'm a Boston Celtics fan. I don't follow players around. And that's what I notice a lot with the LeBron fans. Whoever LeBron plays for, they follow him wherever he goes because they want to be fans of him.
Right. They're fans of LeBron, not fans of the team. They're fans of LeBron.
Yeah, they're fans of LeBron. So it's like, okay, let's toss out the LeBron Miami Heat number 6 jersey, and we'll put on the number 6 LeBron James Cleveland Cavalier
That's
jersey.
ridiculous, man.
And Browning says the Cavs will be 57-25 this year.
No, they won't. They're not even going to win 50 games.
He says, I guess you guys don't like me, LeBron. No, you don't. You stick with your team. You don't follow LeBron this, LeBron that everywhere he goes.
You're no longer an NBA fan. You're a bandwagon NBA fan.
So that's what this Vegas sportsbook says. The Cavaliers will win 58 games, and they'll be number one, and they'll have the best record in all of NBA.
They're not going to have the best record in the NBA, and they're not going to win 50 games. It's not going to. I'm telling you right now. I would if I saw that and I was going to bet, I would ask them, can I bet against this? What are the odds of me betting against that they don't win 58 games? I don't think they're going to. Can I bet against that? That's what I want to know, because I'd like to bet against that. What are the odds on that? 100 to 1? Great. I'm going to put down $5. When it happens, you guys got to pay me the bucks, okay? In fact, I'm going to put down $100. Okay, so when it happens, you got to give me the money.
If I was a Cleveland fan, I would not even get my hopes up. And you know what? There was a reason why we said before the final commercial break, because the Cavaliers have a coach who have no NBA coaching experience. You even have a roster where you got LeBron James and Sean Marion. And you think that, okay, they got some maybe veterans and they may add Ray Allen. Who knows, though? There's no news about that.
Doesn't matter. They've never played with each other.
Other players who are young.
They've never played with each other. They've never coached. They've never played under this coach. They don't know what the hell this coach is doing. Okay?
Yep.
Hey, what's the matter with Clint Hurdle? He's limping already. What the hell's going on with him?
The Raptors, shocker, since you just talked about them, since you said go Raptors, they are projected at 49.5. So they're right up there on the list, right with the Dallas Mavericks.
How would you like the shocker? How about this for a statement? I believe that the Dallas Mavericks will probably end up with more wins than the Cleveland Cavaliers. How about that for a statement there, Andrew and Shocker? Did I just shock you?
I would not be shocked and surprised at all. The Mavericks still got plenty of talent, and Mark Cuban doesn't want to go through a lot of a rebuilding process.
Not only that, I bet you the San Antonio Spurs have more wins than the Cleveland Cavaliers. I bet you the Oklahoma has more wins than the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Browning, we like you, okay, but the fact is you're
wrong.
You're a LeBron fan only. You're not a fan of the Cavaliers or the Heat.
Right. If LeBron was playing with the Nets, you'd be a Net fan right now.
And if LeBron was playing with the New York Knicks, Knicks, since he's a big Knick fan, you'd be a Knick fan. And if he would come to the Celtics, then you'd be a Celtic fan.
You know what? If he went to the Knicks, I wouldn't let you become a Knick fan. Because I don't want no bandwagon Knick fans around me.
Dirk will probably injure a wing.
I bet you that San Antonio, Oklahoma, and Dallas have more wins than the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. Just saying.
Yeah. And then what's going to happen when the Vegas eat their words and say, oops, we spoke too soon. We all thought the Cavs were good. Now all of a sudden.
I'd like to meet these people who are doing this and putting these odds out there, because they're freaking wrong. I don't know how they come up with this crap. Because
they've been talking smack ever since James made the decision to go back to Cleveland.
I don't
care.
Says,
Cleveland's going to win the finals.
How can that happen? They got a coach who's never ever coached in the NBA. Never. Probably still learning the freaking rules as we speak.
He probably is.
Unstinking believable. I just don't get it.
And Josh says, go Bulls, Cavs eliminated in the first round.
I bet you the Bulls have more wins than the Cavs this year.
And you know what? Like I've always said, with the NBA season coming up, all of our eyes are going to be on the Bulls against the Cavs, because that's going to be a playoff matchup possibly.
I want to see the
Cavs even make it.
I want to see the Cavs open up the season and lose their first 10 games.
Then there's going to be a lot of quiet people in Cleveland.
And
I'll have this story saved.
And then everybody's going to be like, what's going on in Cleveland? I thought they were going to. No, because they don't know what the hell's going on in Cleveland because they don't know the coach. That's why. Nobody listens to Jeff. But Jeff somehow is always right. But nobody listens to me.
Number 11 on this list, the Grizzlies, 48.5. Number 12 is the Trailblazers, 48.5. The Hornets, 45.5. And by the way, the Miami Heat, right at number, I think, 15 or 14 on the list, 43.5. Now, look, if it was the other way around, everybody say, oh, the Heat are going to win 60 or more games because I got LeBron there.
Right,
but not
exactly.
the case.
Hey, LeBron can get you 20 wins, but he can't get you to 50 by himself, okay? And for them to win, he's going to have to score a minimum of 30 points, maybe 40 points a night.
And how many minutes do you think Blatt will play him?
Probably the whole game because their bench sucks.
That's a good, dumb question because, Jeff is like, that's a dumb question. We already know he's going to have to play the whole game.
him and Kevin Love will be in the whole game because their freaking bench stinks.
You know what? I just found a rat bastard candidate, and that's got to be the people behind the Vegas sportsbook because in the end, in my opinion, they're going to be eating their words, and they're going to probably won't even want to have their face showing after their wrong prediction with the Cavaliers.
That's a good one right there. I like that. That's a good one. And you know what? That's perfect. On that note, we're going to get right the flock out of here. Perfect way to leave. I want to thank everybody for listening to us today. We had a great time, a lot of fun. Rusty came on. We had a blast today. Thank you all for listening to this 2-hour sports journey. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. For Sean Mann, I'm Jeff Escal. Have a great night. Enjoy the Pittsburgh game, and we will see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos.
Goodbye.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, didn't we? So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over.